cleanup is underway in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital, as businesses open after a statewide curfew was relaxed. Officials of the Lagos Waste Management Agency, LAWMA, have been on the streets of Lagos to clean up the city in the aftermath of the EndSARS protests and looting by hoodlums. The managing director of the Lagos State Waste Management Agency, LAWMA, Ibrahim Adejuwon, ODUMBONI, joins us now on Newsday to speak about this in more detail. Many thanks for joining us today on Newsday to look into the Operation Cleanup that's currently going on across Lagos State. Tell us more about these efforts that are currently underway, being headed by LAWMA.
Thank you very much. Firstly, I think over the last couple of days, we spent quite a lot of time accessing the extent of what is required to clean up the state, and I've been very happy that all the waste management stakeholders in the states have come together to be able to clean up the state and get it ready for every one of us to be out today in record time. My most appreciation goes to mainly the Association of Waste Management and Waste Managers of Nigeria, Lagos chapter, which we all know as PSPs. I was able to speak to them on the 23rd of October through a virtual meeting where we agreed that the best thing for us to do is, as a stakeholder in this particular incident, we need to really come out en masse and ensure that the entire state is cleaned up. And over the 2+ days that we used to do the major highways cleanup, we were able to record a minimum of 1,157 trips across our dump sites for all the efforts that were put through our highways. And I must stress that it is the structure, the PSP structure is one structure that I think has made this possible. I couldn't believe that LAWMA won't be able to do it on its own, or neither will any private company be able to do it on their own. But with PSP structure, which has been put in place by Ibrahim Adejuwon when he was the governor of Lagos State, it was given birth to at a platform to know that there's a collective responsibility in the state, while we empower people as well in the state management sector. And now, when we come to 2020, it has come to play now. They came together, they did this as from a CSR among their group. They all came en masse with their truck, with over 800 trucks. We move all across Lagos with our laborers and sweepers joining in as well, all the management staff and the workers of Lagos Waste Management Authority, Ministry of Environment staff, everyone came together. Even our policing outfits, all our community, the local community, most especially I would like to appreciate the Auto community for protecting the heritage of LAWMA. The youths there, they all came together, the Jora youth community and Auto community, they defended LAWMA and ensured that LAWMA still stands. And because of what they've done now, we're able to move out in record time and ensure that a consistently cleaner Lagos is maintained. And as we go by, as we move around today, we still have one or few places that we're still touching on as well. And before the end of the week, everything should be back to the excellent state that we were before the whole protest started. Thank you.
It is good to see this collaborative efforts in trying to clean up and as we unite as a state after this wanton destruction. But we monitored the EndSARS protest and we saw that protesters cleaned up after each protest. But can you paint a picture for us? How huge is this cleanup that you're having to do? Are you cleaning beyond the streets of Lagos? Are you cleaning into properties that were also destroyed? I want you to paint a picture for us. And are there challenges you're having to face in this cleanup exercise?
So for us, mainly, I think, like you mentioned, during the protest, we have the youth cleaning up, bagging up their waste for us to come and pick up. So at the end of every protest, we still go there and make sure that these wastes are carted away. But when on the night when all these things all started and we have all these protests and we have vandalism all across the state, the extent of the cleanup was boiled down to public properties being destroyed, being vandalized, and our major roads being left with burned cars, vehicles, assets, broken bottles, different things, all sorts on the road as well. So it's quite major in the sense that also if you look at it, you see burnt tires all across the state. So some of these burnt tires also constitute something that could cause an hindrance for movement and flow of traffic across the state. So that remained our priority to ensure that was done. And also the health and safety of all our people. As we know, Lagos generates a minimum of 12,000 metric tons of waste daily. For a 3 days period where we are all unable to carry out our essential services duty, that leaves us with a 36,000 plus metric tons of waste accumulated. So we need to move in record time to ensure that we start to move all this waste around so as to avoid any pandemic or anything that can come out of it as well. So it's bigger than the bottles and plastic that you see on the road. We also have to support all our emergency services, LAWMA as well, in ensuring that we move away all the burnt vehicles on the road as we go along as well, and then look at all the public places like some of the police stations, local government, bus stations that were destroyed. We're in there as well, and we're carrying out cleanups there as we speak. But I would want to appreciate the efforts and the support the governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has given us throughout this period, and especially all the executive council members for Lagos State. Everyone has been supportive to LAWMA, and people have come en masse. They're giving their moral support and also physical support. Some certain communities have done a lot of cleanup themselves as well to support what we were doing on the day of the cleanup. So thank you very much to every Lagosians that played their part. And then Lagos is risen again. We are back, and we're back to doing what we do best. So the key thing and lesson for us to learn is we need to ensure that it is our society. Don't destroy what taxpayers' money that we've used to pay and make all these things possible. So taxpayers should not use their hands to destroy their thing. We are there to defend our city, and that is what we promote in LAWMA as well. Thank you.
Indeed, just like you said, Adejuwon, when I was moving out yesterday and I was caught in traffic jam, I knew that Lagos was back, unlike what it was before. And this is really a huge task on your hand. I had a flat tire yesterday because of the bottles on the road. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. But let's look at what's your time span that you have mapped out for this huge work that you and your people have embarked upon. And are there volunteers assisting?
The initial time that we planned to get this cleanup done was 24 hours for the highways. We've done that now. So all our major highways are clean, but we're now having to, with the support of the Association of Waste Management of Nigeria, Managers of Nigeria, and the PSPs, we're going to the inner streets to start dealing with some of the rubbles and the waste that we have there. As we're doing this as well, we're also taking care of the accumulated waste over the last 4 days. So I will expect that everything should go back to normal by the end of this week, say Thursday, Friday. But as we speak, we're still doing the CSR clean operation between Lagos State Waste Management Authority, HAWAM, and all the other key stakeholders to ensure that things are done. But there's nothing wrong in residents cleaning the immediate community, because that will really help to promote good and healthy living in the state.
Certainly, and we are seeing a lot of residents trooping out and trying to do what they can to clean up their immediate communities. Mr. Odumboni, let me ask you something, because some people have criticized the cleanup of the Lekki toll in particular. And if I'm to quote some criticizers, some have said that this is cleaning up a crime scene. What are your thoughts on this? Did the cleanup of the Lekki toll erase potential evidence?
I think for LAWMA, our main priority is to keep the state going, let the state rise again. I believe the law enforcement authority and Lagos State have done what is required before we moved in. So we didn't just move in without any prior instructions. So we've done that to make sure that I believe all the necessary things have been done before we do that. But let us remain on the main agenda for us is to get Lagos back. We need to bounce back. And now we're back. We've done what we need to do. We need to just make sure we sustain it. But everything that needs to be done before we got there has been done. And I want to commend everyone, including all the security operatives, that provide adequate security for us on the day we came out. Because we know on the first date, people were skeptical. I had to move out with my team, my management team. We were the first to get on site and start cleaning up everywhere ourselves. And the people and all our staff and all our formal and informal outfits, seeing what we were doing on the day, everybody was able to come out the following day and give it a very good go. So thank you to everybody. And thank you to and Rise as well for covering it, because I know you've been with us all through the period. You'll be able to tell people that we have a safe environment out there. You played a very good part as well in getting people in Lagos to come out. And my staff always commend that as well, because they saw it where you as well, and they were able to come and join us immediately. And with what you did during the coverage, I believe we were able to do a very good justice to bringing Lagos back to where we are now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adejuwon Odumobi. We do appreciate the work you do, and best of luck.